Hi everyone, I'm KS Lewis and welcome to Love Dish, where each week we infuse the richness of love and relationships with the goodness of great food. So there's so many instances in relationships where you have all these different things happening and you have hard times and you decide to walk away. But what about the experience itself? What about the history? What about the promise of the future? Well, should you throw it all away or should you make it work? We're going to find out tonight. I have my good girlfriend, the real wife coach herself, Mrs. Tanya Barnett, and she's going to come on so we can talk about loving your spouse, loving your marriage, and building your way back through reconciliation. You don't want to miss this great conversation, and you definitely don't want to miss her signature dish. So meet me right back here in just a moment, and we'll get started.
Sit right here, my dear. Come on, baby, open up about your fears. Let's talk about love, laughs and tears. I hope that I make it clear for you, love, I'm here.
Baby, just show me your heart. You know that this could be the very start of something wonderful, so incredible. Just the right amount of flavor makes this a dish we both can savor.
Let's bring together these ingredients of joy and laughter, so we can make this love dish. We can make this love dish.
Welcome back to Love Dish. I'm KS Lewis, and as I promised, I've got my good girlfriend here, Mrs. Tanya Barnett.
Hey everybody.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm so excited about our conversation, and you know I'm even more excited about the food because I love to eat.
Yes, me too.
So, but Tanya, so you're an author, award-winning author, speaker, real wife coach, you do everything. I really can't think of something that you don't do. Plus you're a wife and a mom. So just tell us, just give us a quick rundown of who you are, what you do, like hit the hot spots for us.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm Tanya Barnett, and I am affectionately known as the Real Wife Coach. Also, Tanya Speaks Life is my other side hustle, so to speak. But with the Real Wife movement, which I started, it is to help African American females, women who are married, that aren't in a happy space right now. And then also to prepare single women for the realness of what marriage is. Because people, they plan the wedding, but they don't plan
the marriage.
Yeah. So like if, say for instance, someone has an elderly parent and they now have to move in. You're not talking about that when you're 27 getting married. So really having those real conversations for single women to know what marriage really is. It's not just me and my boo, we're lifetime girlfriend and boyfriend. No, you have other things. You may have unemployments, sickness, elderly parents, things of that nature.
Wow. And so do you also talk women through that process? Because a lot of women, of course, and now I'm getting into the questions, but we'll talk so much more. So you said teaching them how to be wives instead of long-term, I'm assuming long-term girlfriends. So, because today's day, sometimes people just find that that's okay.
Right. And I have several friends who have been divorced several times and they're in long-term relationships now where they're like, I don't want to deal with that.
Right.
But I think they don't want to deal with their past pain. But I say deal with your relationship with the person that you're with now. Right. And so we bring those into our current relationships. So yeah, being a wife really is it's a job.
Yes.
It's an experience. It's a journey. There is no pinnacle that you reach, because you're both growing. And I always say he's not perfect, but neither are you.
Right. That's true. And I have been a wife before, so I totally understand. I'm looking to be a wife again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna take some notes tonight too. So, so let's talk about your signature dish, because I feel like I dressed the part.
Yes.
I saw the information on your dish. And, I started seeing all the ingredients come together. So tell us a little bit about the dish and why that's your signature dish.
Okay. Well, I love jerk anything. So summertime, my husband's hitting up the grill, jerk chicken wings every single weekend. I mean, that's just what we eat every single weekend. And so I love stir fry. I love fresh veggies, and they're crisp and they're colorful. So I just saw that he had a little bit of extra jerk left in the refrigerator, and I said, well, let me just try this with the stir fry veggies. Okay. And I added it to it, and I loved it. I love that it still gives you the Caribbean flavor. I love Jamaica, so that
Jamaica's
is
one of my favorite places.
My home. I'm gonna move there.
Are you?
Open up a business. Next door. Okay, yes. I'm gonna be selling fish dinners on the beach
and I'm gonna eat
in Jamaica, because with the way
day.
The country's going right now, that's where I'm moving to.
Right.
Okay. But I love that dish because it's healthy. It only takes about 10-15 minutes to fix. It's not a lot of prep work. And it's it's something that's really yummy.
I love it. And it's also vegetarian, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. So and vegan too.
And vegan.
Yeah.
We gotta, shout out to the vegans. I have to say real quickly, like I have tried all of that stuff. I think I have to have a little meat every once in a while.
Me
though,
too.
So,
jerk chicken
but
wings.
Today, yes, the jerk chicken wings, yes. So we are going to come right back. We're actually going to go on into the kitchen so we can get started. So again, awesome. I got the Real Wife Coach, Mrs. Tanya Barnett. I'm KS Lewis. Meet us back in the kitchen in just a moment. Welcome back to Love Dish. I'm KS Lewis with Mrs. Tanya Barnett.
Hey!
And she is going to run through her signature dish. It is, first of all, it has a name after two people that I love from back in the day. And you got to be a certain age to know what I'm talking about when I say the name of this. But it is called Fire and Desire Stir Fry.
Yes.
Ooh-wee. I'm excited just hearing the name. But tell us about the dish. I see all these wonderful ingredients here. So just kind of run me through what we're going to do today.
Okay, awesome. So the Fire and Desire Stir Fry is kind of, it relates to love. And so I love love. I love Black love.
Yes.
And so, and then also because of Tina Marie and Rick James, love them to pieces. And we have a jerk base to it. So that's the fire.
That's the fire.
Yes. And then we have fresh veggies, which we should be desiring.
Yes.
We want to be healthy.
Yes.
And so I have nothing but simply broccoli slaw that comes in a bag. You can buy that. Yellow, orange, and red peppers. I love them because they're sweet.
Yeah, they're very good.
And then Vidalia onion, that's sweet as well. And then just a little bit of mushroom to give it some texture. We have some Brussels sprouts, which are really good sauteed, and then green onion. That's it. And some olive oil.
So this is chock full of good stuff.
Yes.
It's going to taste great. I can't wait to dig in. So let's get started. What do we do first? What do you need me to do? I'm sous chefing for you today. Okay.
All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get, we're going to do a half a pepper of each one.
Okay.
So we just need to cut those in slices. Just,
just simple slices.
Simple slices. Okay. That's it. Half an onion of the Vidalia onion, half of that slices. And then we're going to do about 2 green onions. I love green onions.
I do too.
I cook with green onions and everything. And then just a handful of mushrooms. I just eyeball the mushrooms because, they cook down.
Right.
And then the Brussels sprouts, just to your delight.
Okay. Let's get going. Let's get going. I think we got a couple knives here.
Okay. Awesome.
So you can take your pick of which one.
Okay. I'll do green.
Okay.
All right. So we're just going to take...
And I'm going to grab you another little bowl here.
Okay, awesome.
And put those in.
Okay.
And so while we're getting started with, cutting and everything, just let me know what you need and I'll grab it for you.
Sure.
But I just want to, is it okay to start asking you questions? Because I have 1 million of them, okay?
Yes.
So I keep 1 million questions on deck. But so you've traveled all over, you encourage women you encourage them on the best ways to get better, to make up, to enjoy their marriages. But how did the concept of reconciliation become a passion for you?
Wow. Very good question.
I went right in, right?
Do we have
Right.
But I was not a good wife. And I'm just being very honest.
That's
for about
amazing that
13
you're even
years.
willing to say that, because a lot of people don't even get to that point to be able to admit that.
It's the truth. And the truth should set you free. And that's where I'm starting at. So I was not a good wife. And people ask me what that means. When my husband and I would be out in public, I would counter everything he would say, correct him. If he ordered stuff, I'd be like, do you want to order that? Things of that nature. And I may get in trouble, but my mom does the same thing.
Wow.
So I picked that up from my household.
Because we learned those habits. We learned those things.
And my husband was not having it.
Mm-hmm.
So we were constantly going back and forth, arguing about, me trying to control him and things of that nature. And then when I finally got to a point where I hit a low point in our marriage, we had to decide, okay, do we want to stay married? If we do, what does that look like? And then do we want to do the work?
Wow.
And so we said yes to all of that.
Thank goodness,
yes.
Right?
So we just separated 18 years.
Okay.
So
congratulations.
Thank you. And I can truly say now my husband is my best friend. Okay. Initially, it was not like that. Mm-hmm. We were like business partners or roommates or however you want to call it. We were just there because of the kids. And I am one of those women who stayed because of my children. Right. Because we saw the value that our kids needed both of us to put them to bed. Yes. They were used to that. And we talked about that. We were like, man, that means, you would be the only one putting them to bed or I would be the only one. But they were used to both of us doing it. Right. And so for us, we just stayed for our children. And then we decided, okay, we can't just stay for the kids because they're going to be gone. Right. My daughter's a senior this year. She's getting ready to leave. Mm-hmm. So we need to have a relationship. Yeah. And so we started working on ourselves. Okay. I got counseling. He got counseling individually. Yes. And we just started working on ourselves.
Did at any point you guys get counseling together?
We did initially. Okay. And we argued more. Wow. So it didn't work for us because we were arguing back and forth about the issues in our marriage, but we never dealt with our own individual issues.
So the separate counseling for you all was key.
Yes. Okay. Yes, because then I was able to work on myself and see where I was controlling and had unforgiveness and things of that nature. He was able to deal with being abandoned by his mother. Wow. So, those were all playing in our marriage. Yeah. And so once we started working on ourselves and that, then we were able to see, okay, no, it's not my wife. No, it's not my husband. It's really, I'm reacting because of something that happened when I was a child. Right.
And I've talked a lot before about things that are triggers in relationships. Absolutely. And so it sounds like what you're describing is there were so many things that came from his past that triggered, instances that happened in you all's present at the time, which is amazing that you can identify them, work through them, and then build that bridge to reconciliation. Absolutely. So kudos to you guys for that. I'm excited that you did. Gosh. You. So you talked about going to counseling separately. You talked about identifying triggers from the past. What are the main steps that one should take when they're considering reconciliation in a relationship? And I'm gonna grab a pen. Okay, I think you're gonna need a pen in just a second.
We can do that.
Okay, I'm gonna grab that for you.
Put some oil in it. And I would say number one, if they want to do the work. I would say start there.
If you want to do the work.
Right. Start there.
It takes a lot of work, right? Okay.
And a lot of time. And what I tell the ladies that I work with, okay, he goes to one session, he's going to go back and do the same exact stuff he did before. It's like your children.
My mother told me a long time ago, when I was going through a situation, I was just going on and on and on about him. And she stopped me. She said, baby, it could be you.
Wow.
And that stopped me in my tracks because I was so used to saying it's him. Right. But she was right. At any moment, it could have been the other way around. Right. So that's
and no one's having those conversations because guess what? When you get on your soapbox with your girlfriends and you're all complaining about your husband,
they're hearing it from your side.
And they're saying the same thing.
Right. So I'm thinking, you didn't say, but I'm guessing like a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of olive oil?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to eyeball it.
Okay. And our fire doesn't need to be that hot initially.
Okay. So I'm going to turn it on low. Those onions smell divine.
I love onions. I love onions, especially green onions. I put them in everything. And red onions, I put in salads. All right. So there's our...
Okay. This looks so good, and it smells even better.
We
need smell-o-vision.
Right. Hey, we can do that. I'm sure some millennial will come up with that.
Right. Smell-o-vision, you're right. So I don't know if we got to the actual steps of reconciliation.
Okay. So step 1 is deciding if you want to do the work.
Okay.
Step 2 is forgiveness. You have to have a heart of forgiveness. If you cannot forgive, it's not going to work. You can't bring up the past. And a lot of times we bring up the past. You cannot bring up the past. So Don and I really had to work hard on making sure when we had conversations, we left the past where it is.
Wow.
Or if the person brought up the past, we had to say, yo, I'm here.
That's off limits.
Right. I'm here right now.
Yeah.
This is the conversation. And so that's really important, because if not, you'll be rehashing something that really doesn't mean a hill of beans.
Right.
At the time. You know, like my husband would be like, well, I read, you know, in your diary you wrote, I'm like, okay.
Time out.
Why you read my diary? 1999.
Right.
And this is 2006.
Wow.
Why are we talking about, we're over that situation.
But there's a lot of people that are going through that. You know, a lot of people still that are dealing with that.
All the time.
And you heard what I said. Hold up. Why you read my diary? I have an issue with that. So help me, because I know that in some, you know, in a lot of relationships, open books are what's needed, especially when you're going through a reconciliation process. But, you know, I still have that little piece of me that's like, why are you reading my stuff?
Right,
you know?
right.
But let me see yours.
Right. So I'm going to say to anyone who's watching, if you have anything from the past, a diary, a journal, whatever, trash it. Because you do not want to bring that drama into your... And why are you holding on to something that you wrote when you were in 12th grade?
I know. I'm a writer. You're a writer. You know how we hold things.
Right. And I did. But not anymore. And it's so funny. My mom was cleaning up her house here recently, and she found a huge bin, my trunk, when I went to college in '89. So I'm dating myself here. And there were journals in there. Wow. And so I kind of was reading through it. I was like, this is so stupid. You know, and so I let my 18-year-old daughter, 17-year-old daughter read it. And she was like, Ma, you were pressed. You were thirsty. You were, you know. And then I threw them away, right? So I threw them away. And so I explained to her, I said, so now you see, you know, why Mom wants you not to go through what you're going through. But a lot of times we don't have these conversations,
what an awesome
even in our relationships. You know, that, hey, this is what I went through as a 19-year-old girl, or you know, 15-year-old guy, or whatever. Because then if we have these real conversations, then we can see our spouse in a different light.
That is such an awesome teachable moment opportunity, you know, like to have them there and have a daughter or a son at that age that you were at one time, and have them be able to read that and then say, this is why you don't do this.
Right. Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely. And they actually found a personality picture from when I was in 10th grade with my boyfriend in 10th grade. Till today, they still clown me about that. They were like, you could be with him, you know.
I love that. Oh my God.
But yeah, you know, really have those conversations about your past, and people don't want to talk about it.
Right.
But if your spouse knows, okay, my wife is dealing with this, or my husband is dealing with this, then you're able to deal with them with grace.
So true. So true. Okay. So deciding that you want to make it work. Forgiveness. And then the third step was leaving the past in the past. Any other steps with that? That sounds complete to me.
And talk.
If you do it.
Let's have a conversation. and being, my husband says this all the time, allowing your spouse to talk to you without judging.
I thought I wanted to make it work. We went through counseling. We talked. I left the things in the past. But you are still about to hit the rock still.
Right. So
hit the bricks.
I am a marriage advocate. I believe in marriage because I believe it's the foundation of the community. However, there are some people who you've done all the work and your spouse hasn't, then your spouse isn't mature enough to be married to you. Okay. They may be mature enough to be married to somebody else, but not to you. Okay. Because think about it, if you've done all the work, you've grown, you've matured, you made reconciliation with your past, hopefully. Yeah. You've thought about some things. But if your spouse has not taken any of those steps, you've left them even further behind.
Wow. Okay. So it's more about the maturity level. I'm assuming in both. But if you feel like you've done all the work and maybe they're, lagging in some area of the work process, then it's really about that person, not about you.
Because do they want it?
Right.
And that's
they may decide that they won't.
Right.
Or don't rather.
Right. And that's what Don and I did. We both said, okay, do we want this to work? And if we do, are we willing to put in the work? Yeah. And we both say yes.
It takes so much though to be able to admit that you're willing to put in the work, because I feel like there's probably some vulnerability
Absolutely.
that has to come into play with that as well, right? Because you're bringing up you might be bringing up a lot of stuff initially until you say, look, time out on that, flag on the play. You can't say that anymore.
Right.
That happened in 1975.
Right. Okay. For some people.
You know. Right.
and then moving on.
Right.
You know, because your future is bright. The past, you can't do anything about it.
It's so true.
You can't, but you can build a great future. And that's what I want with my husband. I mean, my daughter's getting ready to leave for college. My son, he has 2 years left. I want my husband to be my friend. I want us to be able to travel and enjoy each other.
Because you all are about to be empty nesters.
Right.
You gotta like the person you're with.
We gotta figure out what we're gonna do with the dog, though.
Oh, put him in a kennel. I
Girl,
love dogs.
I told the dog he's going to college too. Okay.
Right. Send him too. Oh my gosh. Okay, so
we're ready.
Okay. And I turned it off just because
I heard it popping.
I heard it popping and going.
Okay.
But
awesome.
you still want it medium or low?
We'll do well, since we're ready, we'll go ahead and do low.
Okay.
And get these Brussels sprouts in there so those can start.
You all, this smells and looks so divine, and I just want to take a moment to just, oh my God, look at all the colors. So you've got literally taste the rainbow.
Yes, absolutely. We just don't have any. Oh, we have purple.
Oh, we sure do. We sure do. I mean, and all of this, I love it because it's so healthy and it's going to be light and refreshing. So let's get it popping.
And if you fix a big bowl, you don't feel guilty about eating.
I know, because you can eat all you want to, and there's no meat to make you feel heavy and loaded down.
No carbs. You know, for those people who are diabetic.
So this is, I was going to say, so this is such a great, even paleo, I'm thinking, option. Because I think paleo is the one where it's not too many carbs. I'm not sure. You know what? If you are a paleo expert, comment below and let me know.
Okay, so we'll let those.
I'm going to grab this for you.
Yeah, okay. Awesome.
You do the honors?
Thank you. I just want to see how beautifully green it is.
Wow.
That's what I like.
It smells so good.
This is as low as it goes.
And so you don't even need any kind of seasoning other than the jerk, right?
Yeah.
No extra salt involved, no extra pepper.
Nothing,
wow.
just the jerk.
It's sounding better and better as we continue to build it.
And it's one of those ones, we always keep like a broccoli slaw or there's like a tricolor slaw. There's all different types of slaws in the grocery store.
These ingredients, so a lot of the ingredients I keep in my kitchen regularly, but the broccoli slaw is not something that I considered. And so seeing this, how it comes together and how easy it is, that might be a new staple for me as well.
Right, especially on those nights when you come in, it's late, and you don't want to fix a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, because I've been guilty. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich and chips. You know, you can throw this in really quick.
Yes.
You can, once this is done, you can run upstairs, take a shower,
and
come down.
It's a hot meal. It's a hot plate, as my grandma
Right,
used to say.
absolutely. And you're full by the time you're done eating it. And then you don't feel guilty eating it. Say, for instance, it's 8 o'clock at night. You don't feel guilty.
True. I love it. Well, as we are continuing to put the ingredients in the pan, we are going to take a quick break.
Yes.
I got Tanya Barnett. I'm KS Lewis. Come right back on Love Dish. Welcome back to Love Dish. I'm KS Lewis with my girl Tanya Barnett. We are making Fire and Desire Jerk Stir Fry. You've seen it kind of sizzling. If you could smell it though, you would just fall in love, because I am in love. And I can't wait to taste it. But before we, it's kind of still, simmering and doing its thing. And we've talked about a lot of things so far, but I just want to ask, so once reconciliation has happened, how do couples maintain a strong relationship from that point? Wow.
First and foremost, those people who were in that space when you were in the bad space, you have to put them on notice.
Wow.
And let them know, look, me and my husband have worked through some things, and I need you to be supportive. Okay. For me, I had just a handful of people who knew us in that space. And so when we were in a better space, they still wanted to be and look at my husband from that point of view.
Yes.
So you have to put them on notice.
That's understandable.
Right. And if they can't receive that, then they can't be a part of it.
Yeah, that makes sense though, because you have you may have a big family or small. It doesn't really matter the size of your family, but you have friends. You have a village. Both of you have individual villages, and so it's kind of like if I'm going running to my village talking about all the bad things, they don't really know what to think when I say, "No, we worked it out." Right.
Because they're still thinking about in the cut, waiting for something to happen.
Yes. So you can run back again. Right. But I love that. I love you saying put them on notice. Not saying get rid of them. Right. But saying, hey, check it. We're working this out. So if you can't work it out with us or be on our road to working it out, then you might have to step to the side. Right. So that's important. That is really important.
And even with your mama, I would tell my mom. My mom would say stuff about she would say stuff about my husband, and so it got to the point where I was like, Mom, I need you not to say negative stuff about Don. Yeah, I just need you to stop. And so she had to respect that.
That had to be hard.
It was, but I didn't want to get on the phone and hear her pour that into me. Right. So yeah.
Wow. Okay. So recognize that you need to work, do the work, forgive, leave the past in the past. And then put your friends on notice.
Put folks on notice. Because you have some friends that don't want you to win. They want you to stay in that place because that's where they are.
Right. And anybody that doesn't want you to win can't be on your team.
No.
Right?
Okay. So we've had new couples come into our life that, are where we are and want to see us win. And so that's just been beautiful for us.
Wow. And are there people that, you would suggest couples reach out to? I mean, of course, therapy is an option, but what are some other people or some other things they can do when they're on that road? They put their village on notice, like to maintain that road of success.
Definitely having a great marriage ministry that you can connect with. We're planning a trip with Black Couples Getaway. Ooh. And then also...
See, this is why I need a boo right now. So I can go and be on the Black Couples Getaway and have fun and do what Black couples do.
Right, absolutely. And they're all about supporting Black couples.
Oh, I love
Black
it.
and married with kids. Same thing. They have an annual cruise.
Yeah, and they have a lot of stuff that they do.
Absolutely. Because I used to blog for them. Okay. So, putting yourself around other couples that want to put in the work. Again, no one is perfect, and that's what I love about Ronnie and Lamar Tyler, Black and Married Kids. They let you know they're not perfect. There are some times where they have their ups and downs. They're a blended family, so they're like the poster child of working it out. So following and getting in Facebook groups where that's happening.
Yeah. And I'm sure Facebook, all kinds of social media have groups where you can, align yourself with and see what other people are doing so that it can kind of help the process as well, right? Awesome. All right, well, let's put this in the bowl because, I'm ready to eat, girl.
Yes. And I'm looking at this now. I'm like, this could use some pineapple maybe. So I may add that to my recipe.
I know you can't see it, but oh, Lord have mercy. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm going to give you that.
Oh, I get to start. Oh my goodness. And you can still see all the veggies are really crisp. It's jerk seasoning. There's nothing else in here. There's no salt. There's no pepper. I mean, everything that is in that seasoning is what happens in this dish. That's it. Nothing extra, right?
Nothing extra.
Brussels sprouts, stuff like peppers, broccoli, slaw, mushrooms, 2 types of onions. This is a perfect light meal for any time of the year. I know we talked about, summer and coming out of summer, but this is perfect for any kind of quick go-to. Absolutely. Let's eat quickly, and I don't want you to eat a peanut butter and like that. Right.
Absolutely. And if someone wants to add meat or, seafood to it, they're more than welcome to do that.
So chicken, shrimp, whatever, even salmon, I think would be really good with this. So we got all your bases covered. You can add anything you want, right? So we are going to plate it. But first, let me ask you this. So we talked about reconciliation. We've talked about all the steps. What's your favorite makeup song or scenario? Because this is Fire and Desire stir fry, so I kind of know where your head is.
Right. I love anything by Jodeci. We are a Jodeci couple. Anything Jodeci.
Now half of my audience and viewers are like, who is that?
Okay. But anything Jodeci. I mean, seriously. Anything Jodeci.
I like Jodeci.
Let's Get Married. The remix by
who is that by?
Can't think of the group. But I know
Jagged Edge. Is that Jagged Edge?
I think it is Jagged Edge.
Or the
remix.
It's
No, it's Jagged Edge.
Okay,
it's Jagged Edge.
Okay.
That's my husband's favorite song. So
okay.
anytime, we have some funky things going on where we're just not connecting.
And you walk in here.
Yes. That and
you already know.
Yeah.
Any other songs? Jodeci, because Jodeci has a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
I think I got in trouble back in the day listening
girl.
to Jodeci because, back in the day, growing up, when we, you hear the radio, you have to record everything on a cassette tape.
With the commercials.
You know nothing about that, but it's okay.
I still have some of my tapes.
Oh.
My cassette tape.
You should pull them out one night and just pop that in.
Right. I don't have a cassette player.
Oh, that's true. You can't find them anywhere. But we're going to plate this and go back in and take a bite. I can't wait. So we're going to take a really quick break.
Yes.
Come back and join us in just a second and you'll see how beautiful this is on our plate. Welcome back to Love Dish. As you can see, we have plated our meal. We are sitting. First of all, I just cannot wait to taste it. It smells so good. It was so easy to make. All the ingredients were just a breeze. So, and let me just take this opportunity to say thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you. I love you anyway. But then to take time out of your super busy schedule to come cook this gorgeous meal, I just can't say thank you enough.
Thank you for having me.
So, so I have one last question that I ask every guest that comes on the show, and I'm going to ask you too.
Okay.
What is your greatest hope for love?
Wow. My greatest hope for love is that those people who are going through, that they can work it out. Because we need love. I mean, everyone, when you're born out of love. And I just believe in true love. I believe that love can save. If you have love on your job, if you're a teacher, you have love in school. It can change the world. Yeah. It really can.
I totally agree with you. Oh, you just gave me chills with that. I totally agree with you. Well, let's hear a little bit about what's going on for you right now, and please tell everybody how they can get in contact with you.
Awesome. So you can reach me at Real Wife Movement. That is my website where you can get all things about love, marriage, and relationships. And then I also have a website, TanyaBarnett.me, where you can get all things relating to entrepreneurship, especially if you're African-American female, where we are connecting how to build your empire and have a healthy relationship at the same time, okay? Because a lot of women build empires and then they're divorced.
Right.
And they don't have anybody to share that with. So at TanyaBarnett.me, you can reach me. And then my social media is Real Wife Coach on all social media, including Periscope. And then Tanya Speaks Life on all social media, including Periscope.
I love it. And I love that you are connecting business to relationships as well, because it is very important. It means nothing to build an empire when you don't have anyone to share it with.
Right.
So anyway, I want to take the opportunity to take a bite.
Well, I'm going to let you go first.
First, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. And please make sure that you join me next week on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. You can try out this dish because you'll be able to find the recipe below. Make sure you try it out and comment. But right now, I'm going to dig in. All right?
Go for it.
You dig in too.
Okay. Awesome.
I know you know what it tastes like, but I can't wait. Girl. This is to die for. This is so good. What to live for.
Right.
Because it's so healthy. Please try this dish. Fire and Desire Stir Fry. I'm K.S. Lewis on Love Dish, and I'll see you next week.
Sit right here, my dear. Come on, baby, open up about your fears. Let's talk about love. Laughs and tears, I hope that I make it clear. For you, love, I'm here.
Baby, just show me your heart. You know that this could be the very start of something wonderful, so incredible. Just the right amount of flavor makes this a dish we both can savor.